Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Real-life Bloodline member calls out Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns. A real-life member of the Bloodline recently called out WWE stars Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. Fatu and Reigns will be competing on opposite teams in the men's War Games match at Survivor Series 2024. Zilla Fatu is the son of Umaga and a professional wrestler. The 25-year-old disclosed in a recent interview that he would love to face Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu in a triple threat match. Fatu then changed his mind and suggested that he team up with the Samoan Werewolf to battle the Hardy Boys in a tag team match. Zilla Fatu shared the clip from the interview on his Instagram story, which you can view by clicking here. "I'll probably do a triple threat with me, Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns," he said. Jacob Fatu debuted with WWE earlier this year and has acknowledged Solo Sikoa as his tribal chief on SmackDown. Sikoa's faction will compete against the OG Bloodline in the men's War Games match at Survivor Series at the end of the month. Legendary wrestling journalist Bill Apter recently predicted that Paul Heyman would betray Roman Reigns when he returned to WWE television. The wise man has not been seen since the Bloodline attacked him on the June 28 episode of SmackDown. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's unscripted show, Apter predicted that Heyman would immediately betray the original tribal chief when he returns. The veteran suggested that the Hall of Famer may have decided to align with Solo Sikoa during his hiatus from the company. "I think Paul Heyman, storyline-wise, changed the phone number. And I think the man who has that phone number is Solo Sikoa. This is pro wrestling, you never know what's going to happen. Maybe the wise man has wised up, and he is now going to support the Solo Sikoa tribal chief part of the Bloodline, from 5/22 onwards." Roman Reigns' squad has not yet found a fifth teammate for the War Games match at WWE Survivor Series. Bronson Reed joined Solo Sikoa's version of the faction this past Friday night on SmackDown and will be competing with the faction in the War Games match. The wrestling world is abuzz with talk of a bold challenge issued by a real-life member of the famed Bloodline faction, and the target is nothing less than two of the most dominant figures in modern wrestling, Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns. This call-out not only raises the stakes in the Samoan wrestling family saga, but could potentially ignite a feud that transcends the boundaries of WWE and the independent circuit, captivating fans with its familial drama, personal rivalry, and the ever-present question of who truly owns the title of head of the table. For those who have been following the world of professional wrestling, the Bloodline represents one of the most influential factions in recent years. Led by Roman Reigns, the faction has been a dominating force in WWE, particularly since Reigns' transformation into the tribal chief. Alongside his cousins Jimmy and Jey Uso, and with the guidance of Paul Heyman, Reigns has solidified his position as the most powerful figure in the wrestling world. The Bloodline is much more than just a faction. It is a family dynasty with roots that go deep into the history of Samoan wrestling. The Anoa'i family, of which Roman Reigns is a proud member, is responsible for producing some of the biggest names in wrestling, including the late Umaga, Ricochet, and The Rock, as well as the Usos. It is a lineage that has long been associated with strength, skill, and resilience in the ring. However, in the vast Samoan wrestling dynasty, there is one name that has been gaining significant traction: Jacob Fatu. A member of the Anoa'i family through his father, Fatu's hard-hitting style and sheer physical presence have made him a standout in promotions such as MLW, Major League Wrestling, where he has held the MLW World Heavyweight Championship. Known for his ferocity, charisma, and raw power, Fatu is widely considered one of the most talented wrestlers to never have made the leap to WWE. The challenge was issued in a recent social media post that sent ripples through the wrestling community. In a direct message aimed at both Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu, a real-life member of the Bloodline, Anoa'i called out the two men, claiming that while they may be at the top of the food chain in their respective promotions, neither truly represents the power of the Anoa'i family. Anoa'i, a rising star in the independent wrestling scene, is another member of the Anoa'i family who has made a name for himself with his hard-hitting style and impressive athleticism. Though not as widely known as his cousins Roman and Jacob, Lance has had his share of accolades in the wrestling world. His bold declaration that he could take on both Reigns and Fatu at the same time is not only a challenge to their dominance, but a clear assertion that he believes he is the rightful heir to the Bloodline's throne. In his post, Lance stated, "You two may think you've got the Bloodline locked down, but there's a new face in the family that's ready to take what's rightfully his. Jacob, Roman, you've been riding the wave of your family legacy for far too long. It's time for me to show you what real power looks like. I'm coming for what's mine." This statement was nothing short of incendiary, particularly given the fact that both Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu are considered two of the most formidable athletes in the world of professional wrestling today. Roman Reigns, as the tribal chief, has been the undisputed leader of the Bloodline for years. His reign as Universal Champion has been nothing short of historic, with Reigns establishing himself as the ultimate alpha in WWE. His domination of the WWE roster and his ongoing feud with key figures such as Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn have made him one of the most compelling characters in the industry. For Reigns, being the tribal chief isn't just about being the champion, it's about preserving the honor of the Anoa'i family. His position is one of unquestionable power, and his tight grip on the title and the leadership of the Bloodline reflects this. Reigns has elevated his family's legacy to new heights, but at the same time, he has created a target on his back for anyone with a claim to the throne. Should Anoa'i's challenge be taken seriously, it would force Roman to confront the reality that his leadership of the Bloodline could be contested by another blood relative. For Reigns, the thought of anyone threatening his supremacy would be a personal affront, especially someone within his own family. The resulting tension could spark a massive storyline within WWE, one that could have far-reaching consequences for the future of the Bloodline and Roman's reign. Jacob Fatu, for his part, has been making waves outside WWE in a way that makes him a serious threat to Roman's claim to the Bloodline throne. As the reigning MLD World Heavyweight Champion, Fatu has showcased his power, athleticism, and incredible toughness, carving out a reputation as one of the most dangerous men in the business. Fatu's wrestling style blends traditional Samoan elements with modern, high-flying moves, making him a unique force to be reckoned with. In addition to his championship reign, Fatu's connection to the Anoa'i family is undeniable, making him a direct rival to Roman Reigns in the battle for dominance within the family. The potential showdown between Fatu and Reigns has long been speculated, but Anoa'i's challenge complicates matters, as Fatu himself is unlikely to take kindly to a fellow Bloodline member, calling out both him and Roman at the same time. Fatu, who has stated in the past that he is the true tribal chief, could see Lance's challenge as an insult to his own legacy and claim to the Bloodline's power. The prospect of Fatu and Roman being forced to square off against Lance in a high-stakes family rivalry could lead to one of the most intense personal feuds in wrestling history. The call-out from Anoa'i adds a layer of complexity to the already intense family dynamics within the Bloodline. WWE has a long history of familial rivalries, but this one, featuring 3 legitimate members of the Anoa'i dynasty, could be a game-changer. The collision of personalities and egos between Lance, Roman, and Jacob has the potential to create an emotional and physical war that could captivate fans worldwide. Should this storyline make its way to WWE programming, it could lead to a series of high-profile matches, perhaps even a multi-man battle where the ultimate claim to the title of tribal chief is decided in the most brutal fashion possible. Fans have already dreamed of a showdown between Reigns and Fatu, but the addition of Lance Anoa'i to the mix introduces the possibility of a true family war, one where the stakes are not just championships, but the very legacy of the Anoa'i family itself. The call-out by Lance Anoa'i is more than just a challenge to Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. It is a statement of intent. Lance is ready to carve his own path within the family and is making it clear that he will not be overshadowed by his more famous relatives. This confrontation could set the stage for one of the most personal, intense, and dramatic feuds in wrestling history. Whether or not the WWE chooses to take this challenge to the next level, the potential for a family